Welcome to MIPAA interview with the Director of Communications for Peugeot in the UK, Andrew Didlick. We are here in the Coventry at Peugeot's headquarters for the professional practice seminar with our members, and thank you very much for our first video interview in a new series talking with MIPAA members.
Pleasure. So I'm a guinea pig, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
In today's interview, I would like to ask you the questions which we have used for our dashboard feature in Revolve magazine and have now moved to online and onto video. And I would like to start with our classic question. What is your general speed for life?
My general speed for life? Well, it's certainly, I think like all PR people, it's pretty crazy, pretty hectic. Never enough hours in the day and never enough days in the week, but it's a job that I absolutely love. I've been doing it for quite a few years now, and I think all of us would agree in PR that it is 24/7, because we're always only at the end of a phone when a journalist needs us. But I love it, it's great fun, so I think if it wasn't high speed, I think I'd get a little bored.
And yours is a very stressful job with a lot of responsibility for the brand and the image of the company. You travel a lot and work long hours. How do you relax?
You say it's a stressful job, and I guess in a way it is a stressful job, but I must admit I try not to get too stressed. Life's too short really to get too stressed, and I think a lot of people would say that I probably don't get too stressed. My wife would probably disagree, she'd probably say I would. How do I relax? Well, you're right, I spend a lot of time travelling, and so it's just fantastic to be at home with my family. I live in the country, so it's just fabulous to be able to just sit in the garden and listen to the birds singing and hear the kids playing, and we have a dog, so I love walking in the countryside. I love cooking too, so my wife and I often are fighting to who's going to cook, and if ever we're giving a dinner party, I always love to cook. So I kind of wind down and relax with doing a number of things, but most importantly just spending some time with my family, because again, like most of my PR colleagues around the business, I'm away quite a bit, and it's just great to be home.
Yeah. And we talked about travel, and the fact is that in PR we all spend a lot of time of moving from one place to another. So what is your favorite journey, and where do you like to travel?
I love travel, and I think I got the bug for traveling quite a few years ago. In a totally different career, I was head of export sales and marketing, and in those days I was very young, and I used to get all the horrible places like the Caribbean and Asia and Australia and New Zealand, so I think that kind of got me into the travel bug. So I love travelling to the Far East. In fact, I'm going there on Friday. I'm going on holiday on Friday to the Far East, so I love that part of the world. But closer to home, I love certain parts of the UK as well, and I love Wales. I think Wales and Scotland are just fantastic, especially when you take the dog a walk, and so all over the world really. But I think, like all things, there's nothing better than being at home as well sometimes.
And another classic question: what is on your in-car entertainment system? What do you listen?
Oh wow! Again, if you ask my wife, she'd say, "Well, I'm not going to tell you what he really listens to." I love news, so I must admit I'm a real Radio 4 fan. So certainly driving into work and catching up with the news on the way home is always a big thing for me. But equally, I'm a big lover. I like classical music too. So things like anything from John Williams, for example, or classic stuff from some classic movies, and but mainly I listen to Radio 4. That sounds very dull and boring, and my kids will hate it. But I'm not into pop music really. I do like Radio 4.
And now I would like to talk a little bit more about you as a person. What are you passionate about?
What am I impatient about?
Yeah, patient.
Oh, patient about. Well, I guess, or going back to your question about being stressful, I don't get too stressed, and I think it's very important to look at all sides of an argument. For example, in our role, we get confronted with all sorts of different things, and again, I think in our role, you have to have patience and understand a complete story, perhaps before you make a considered answer.
And what makes you overheat?
What makes me overheat? Some of the people, mentioning their names, but perhaps some of the people we deal with I think sometimes forget that PR people are just normal human beings, and I do get very annoyed if me, or more importantly even my team, get treated badly by journalists, for example. That does annoy me, because at the end of the day, we're doing a job like they are, and we're here to. You're right, what you said at the beginning. We're here to look after and enhance the image of Peugeot, but I also do get mad when people don't treat us with the respect that really, we deserve, and that does annoy me sometimes.
And I would like to lastly focus on the automotive PR business. What do you see the future of motor industry in next year or so?
Well, I think it's going to be a difficult time. The next 12 months are going to be pretty tough for all of us. I think, but more importantly, I think it will mean that we in public relations and public affairs can play a bigger role in the company, because with most companies, marketing budgets are stretched and if not decreased. And where we can help is actually supporting the marketing team and making sure that we're getting as much as we possibly can into the media, whether it be television or radio or press or online, to support what the marketing department are doing. So I think we can play, in the next 12 months, we can play an even bigger role in the success of our company.
Okay. Thank you very much again.
Okay.
It was my pleasure to meet you.
Okay.